At that time, Mahamate, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, said this to the Blessed One. Now the Blessed One makes mention of the Tathagata-garbha in the sutras, and verily it is described by you as by nature bright and pure, as primarily unspotted, endowed with the 32 marks of excellence, hidden in the body of every being like a gem of great value, which is enwrapped in a dirty garment, enveloped in the garment of the skandhas, dhatus, and ayatanas, and soiled with the dirt of greed, anger, folly, and false imagination, while it is described by the Blessed One to be eternal, permanent, auspicious, and unchangeable. Is not this Tathagata-garbha taught by the Blessed One the same as the ego substance taught by the philosophers? The ego is taught in the systems of the philosophers as an eternal creator, unqualified, omnipresent, and imperishable. The Blessed One replied, No, Mahamate. My Tathagata-garbha is not the same as the ego taught by the philosophers. For what the Tathagatas teach is the Tathagata-garbha in the sense, Mahamate, that it is emptiness, reality limit, nirvana, being unborn, unqualified, and devoid of will effort. The reason why the Tathagatas, who are arhats and fully enlightened ones, teach the doctrine pointing to the Tathagata-garbha is to make the ignorant cast aside their fear when they listen to the teaching of egolessness, and to have them realize the state of non-discrimination and imagelessness. I also wish, Mahamate, that the Bodhisattva Mahasattvas of the present and future would not attach themselves to the idea of an ego, imagining it to be a soul. Mahamate, it is like a potter who manufactures various vessels out of a mass of clay of one sort by his own manual skill and labor combined with a rod, water, and thread. Mahamate, that the Tathagatas preach the egolessness of things, which removes all the traces of discrimination by various skillful means issuing from their transcendental wisdom. That is, sometimes by the doctrine of the Tathagata-garbha, sometimes by that of egolessness, and like a potter by means of various terms, expressions, and synonyms. For this reason, Mahamate, the philosopher's doctrine of an ego substance is not the same as the teaching of the Tathagata-garbha. Thus, Mahamate, the doctrine of the Tathagata-garbha is disclosed in order to awaken the philosophers from their clinging to the idea of the ego, so that those minds that have fallen into the views imagining the non-existent ego as real, and also into the notion that the triple emancipation is final, may rapidly be awakened to the state of supreme enlightenment. Accordingly, Mahamate, the Tathagatas who are arhats and fully enlightened ones disclose the doctrine of the Tathagata-garbha, which is thus not to be known as identical with the philosopher's notion of an ego substance. Therefore, Mahamate, in order to abandon the misconception cherished by the philosophers, you must strive after the teaching of egolessness and the Tathagata-garbha. At that moment, the Blessed One recited this verse. The personal soul, continuity, the skandhas, causation, atoms, the Supreme Spirit, the ruler, the Creator, they are discriminations in the mind only.